Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the shop, and let's have some fun today. We're just playing today. We're going to show you buffing some wrenches. This is the Nano Lathe. I'll give you a picture of it far away. Here's the tailstock. Okay, we're going to take it off. It has a bolt in there you can take out. So you get past this pin. Let's swing you back over here. We're going to give you a close-up view. This thing's, I've never really made a lot of videos of me using this because it makes me so nervous. See if we can get this thing focused here. Just bear with me. That's why we're doing this Sunday in the shop. Okay, here we go. Let's take a thousandths off this. We're just facing this off. Let's take off a thousandths. I hope you can see this. Okay, let's take off a couple thousandths. We don't want to overwork this machine. That's what wore that screw thing out in there, me overdoing it. Yeah, so I say, bumping the tripod. That's why I've never really filmed this thing. Let's go for about 3 thousandths. Yeah, let's just go 4 and that's about it. 5's the most I'll do. Can you see that? People with bigger screens could probably see it better. We'll pause and give you one more shot. We'll try to get up closer. Okay, here we go. We're going to go for a full 5 thousandths. Only because it's brass. It's really hard to get this bit on center because it's a small bit, as you can tell. Okay, we'll pause and take the camera off the tripod and give you a look at this machine. Some people have never seen it. Okay, here we go. Quick explanation. If I get any of the parts wrong, oh well. This is how I was feeding this in here. Okay? And it was really smooth. This I have a little bit of problem with. It's kind of stiff. See how this hits over when you do this kind of work? Because normally, you would have this out further. Okay, this would be out further. The bit would be turned like you're doing a rod. So we're just crammed in here. This is not normally how you'd have a little more room. You'd be out here ways. You'd probably be out here like, nobody give me any crap about having that bit hanging out too far, because that's how you got to run this little machine. So we're getting a little more room. But what I like is you can take this off. There's little bolts back in there. See if we're zoomed. Yeah, we're zoomed right. If we can focus on that. 1/2 inch diameter brass. Okay, I have extra parts for this. When I first got this, the chuck rattle, they sent me another one. All is wrong with, see this washer and the snap ring was on backwards. It's cupped. See how it's cupped? They had it on backwards and the chuck rattled. So I got a free new one of them. Boy, I'm fumbling here, ain't I? This is to go on the headstock in place of the chuck. So you got another bit there. This goes in the tailstock instead of the dead center. Okay, so you got that part. And that's about it for accessories I got out now. It came with parts to have like a milling attachment, which was really junk. It was junk. It wouldn't even work. It would bind up. It was just a piece of junk. This thing was junk when I bought it, believe me. People that had seen this fiasco burned out 2 motors. The belt, I took the original plastic belt I took to the vacuum cleaner salesman who worked on sewing machines, vacuums. He's trying not to laugh. I showed him the belt that came with it. I bought this through a company, probably, I think it was like Motion Industries, a Gates, real rubber belt. Treadmill motor, came from a fellow YouTuber years ago, Belgrade machine. So my long-term subscribers will remember when I install all this and when I built this base. This is that real thick made drawbar on my tractor, 1" by 2" metal. And it has a piece going this way. So right underneath here, coming underneath here is, and this is like 1/4" thick steel plate. So this thing's heavy, it's not going anywhere. This ain't used anymore. Here's the controller in the box. I just used the slide thing off the treadmill. I never did get around potentiometer. That was a Poplar controller. MC whatever number. That's about it for that. So we're done with that. You're not going to see too much of me ever using this lathe. I want to show it now because I might make a part, and that way you've seen what the machine is. Like I said, I made it on the Nano Lathe because I've done it to death. I've done videos that never got very many views, and I probably got the only videos out there. There's probably only one made by Sig. No one else on YouTube's ever got one of these and went through what I ever went through. So, okay, enough yakking. Well, we're going to go over and go, you can do this. I always mess up on Sunday. You ever notice that? Slow down. Don't get in a hurry. We're going to go do some buffing on some wrenches with some Harbor Freight buffer wheels. And they were cheap, too. They're economical. Anyone can afford them. Okay, we got the stove crank. It's only 75 degrees. I'm in a sweatshirt over a t-shirt. I'm still kind of chilly. It was down to freezing last night. I mean, this weather's terrible. It was starting to snow yesterday, and it did snow north of me. We had blizzards like 100 miles north of me up in South Dakota. Okay, we'll try not to take a whole lot of pictures this week. If you're interested in this, I'll pause on this, okay? And then I'll show you what came in here, and I'll give you the price. Okay, you get 2 buffer wheels, and you get the compound. Okay, the red is real fine. The white is what I used that worked on what I'll show you I buffed. The red is just too fine. Okay. This is only $4.99. Well, these arbors are worth that. Because if you buy a separate arbor and read the reviews, people say they bent, they're no good, whatever. And I have the one I showed you on my little mini buffer machine. It's been chopped down, put a piece of pipe on the sewing machine motor. So now you get an idea how I made it. And it covered all with epoxy. This one I got really carried away. See how I really mushed her down? I don't know what I was doing. This is just for buffing off after you're done using the compound. So it will be cleaner. It's just to put that shine on there. I've never buffed before, so all these terms I'm saying I could be wrong. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And that train always goes through. Now this isn't too bad. It was kind of spendy, but I used a 20% coupon. This is $9.49. I got for $7.59. Wool buffing wheels. And we'll pause on the number of this. Okay. And I've got these marked. I want to show you this. This is what I do. See, W is for white, R is for the red. These are nice. I'm sure I could put these on my buffer machine, but the shank does not stick out very far. I have one stone that's like 3/8 wide, and I have to use a longer screw, which I hunted through all my stuff for, and plastic washers I made. So if I use this on there, I'll explain to you how I put it on someday. So I'll probably use just the mat machine on the red on something real small, like jewelry or something. This shank has a nut on it. Forgive me for putting the vice grips here. I had no choice. I had to tighten this nut up. There's a washer here, and I tried centering it. Forgive me for doing that. I know better. That's not good on your chuck or anything. But I tried gripping it as lightly as I could, so these gouges are not as deep as you think they are, okay? People say, oh, he treats as tools. Anyway, these are really nice. You get 6 of these things, and they're hard. They're really packed, dense. You can't. And I'll show you what I did with them, okay? Let's pause, and I'll show you what all I buffed so far. And then we're going to show you actually in action buffing something. So you get to see me actually use the electric drill with the router speed control. That's 20 bucks. Of course, I modified that control, so buyer beware if you buy that control from Harbor Freight, because I've been inside and added resistors and stuff. Took out a potentiometer, the little one that mounts on the circuit board, and I will not show that. I'm not going to be liable for anybody doing electronic stuff that I do. So let's pause and we'll show you what I've worked on. Okay, here's what these Bremen vice grips look like from Harbor Freight. Now these are just as good, my opinion here, just as good as what Irwin makes now under the vice grip name, which they bought out. Vice grips we all know were made out in Nebraska by Peterson Manufacturing. Here's the finish you get on, which is nice. They're really nice tool. Like say these were 7, the other ones were 5. These are nice vice grips. Don't pass these up if you got the money. Don't pass up these vice grips because they're cheap at Harbor Freight. Okay, well let's leave that later. Here's what I did by buffing it with the white compound. I used mostly the small wheel. I used mostly this one. I did use the big one, and that's what I was really mushing it down. I was bearing in, and I'll get a lap about this string thing. Here, let's get in there. Look at that. I was amazed. I've never done this before in my life. I've never buffed paint on a car. I've never buffed anything before. Okay, I thought that was really nice. Okay, here's one of my pride and joys. USA Klein 6-inch crescent wrench, and this thing will open up like 7/8 or 3/4. Look at that. See that? See how far that'll open? This is my prize wrench. It stays right there on the bench, on the table here. Okay, here's what it looked like after I cleaned it up a while back. And, soft wire brushes and different things. You ready? So let's see if it shows on camera. Look at that. And look up in here. And there was a lot of marks. I even took sandpaper to this and sanded some of this because there was burrs and stuff on these. Scout Crafter. Just put it in there. Scout Crafter Resource Tools. I'll give him a plug. And he inspired me to start doing this with some of my tools. Some of my tools I just clean up their antique. But see that reflection? Excuse my grungy hands. I've been out here playing for quite a while this morning. Ain't that nice? I don't promote any brands. I don't get paid. Klein. You can read it. Klein Tools. Yes, sirree. Oogling over my own work. That's self-prides us in. Anyway, like I said, I use this to do your final polishing, so this will stay pretty clean. Okay, I want to talk about the strings. Don't be swayed or whatever by the negative reviews at Harbor Freight on tools, like the 1-star reviews. I put these in and the strings were flying out. Well, look at that junk. Hundreds of these flying all over my shirt, my pants. And the whole time I was laughing because I do know what buffing wheels can do. Because if you look at these, how they're sewed, it's going to stop doing that eventually. Now, they have a set with 3 different sizes. They're thinner, and I would not recommend them. They had the worst reviews. So, all I can tell you is if you look at there's like 3 different sizes and they're thinner, they're not the set that I'm going to recommend. This is what I'll recommend. After they got done throwing out all this, like a cat shedding in springtime, believe me, I got a house cat, take your scissors and give it a haircut. Just any sharp scissors. Give it a haircut. Because you better be prepared for them to fly out. Don't panic. It's going to stop. So I got carried away with this one. And I can't straighten it back. You're never going to make this skitty again. And I put way too much compound on there. Believe me, I was putting compound on there like a fool. And the trick with this, heat it with your heat gun or hair dryer. That's how much compound I was using. Said, here's about the normal size of the bar. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning. So this is a learning process. Heat that up with your heat gun. You'll see it start to melt. But be careful. Don't get that stuff too gooey. It'll slap you in the face. Wear goggles. Please wear goggles. Okay, before this video gets to another one, 20-minute shop videos, we're going to swing you around, get set up, and we're going to buff something. Using the little hard wheel. We're not going to show you this big floppy monster spinning, and we'll show you the router control on the drill. The first time I used it was this morning. I've had it on my sander and my jigsaw thing, my everything. It works really good on the drill, and I do have a Variac. Most of you that watch me know I run my drill with wire brushes with a Variac. And I run that drill for half hour non-stop. I'm never going to worry about burning up my drill. It's an Hitachi. I've had it for enough years now. So, enough yakking. too much yakking in this video, but it's supposed to be commercial free. If it isn't, let me know, because I do not monetize these videos on Sunday. Warning, when I show this in action, you're not going to hear me. I always try talking over power tools. My camera does not like the electronics in this thing. I want to add this clip before I start bluffing. I apologize for trying to talk over power tools. Come on, speed up. That's bypass. That's adjustable. Okay, I think you get what I mean. You'll be hearing that scrolling. Sounds like sounds like we're trying to tune in one of my old junky shortwave radios or something. So, beware before you see the buffing action. Okay, before I start, here's what I'm using for a controller. So I have my variac back there, which I normally use, but I want to use this to see if this thing will live while I put it through. Here, we'll pause, we'll get everything in here, we'll polish the other side of that ridge. Okay, you're going to still see some string fly out. I can wipe some of that off. Don't tear down. came over power tools. Over power tools. We'll go back over the table before we leave so we can say our goodbyes. Okay, and all I did with the full speed, there's a switch on that. Go full speed or use the speed adjust on that controller. So it'd be the same thing as plugging directly in the wall. Said, you're going to have some smearing because I just did it in a hurry. It's not going to look as nice as that without taking some time. If you get that compound on there, get you a toothbrush or a rag. It's going to wipe off. It'll leave black smeary stuff. You think, oh no, that's all smeared. It ain't really stuck. It's just like a car wax. It'll come out of the grooves with little brushes. It's going to leave some of that compound on there. But it wipes right off. Or I say, if it's kind of stubborn, you can take a little rubbing alcohol. So there's why I spent more time. Here's right in front of you. And you can tell there's smearing. You can tell we're actually missed over here. I can tell it. But there you go. If you're interested, that's why I paused on the part numbers for him instead of taking pictures. I'm not going to take any pictures except maybe of these nice shiny wrenches. So thanks for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you tune in next Sunday. Said, wear gloves, well, that's your choice. You want to wear gloves around machinery. I mean, it's a buffer wheel. I don't think it's going to grab me too bad, but I'm not getting my hands all messy with that compound. So that's your decision if you're going to wear gloves. But wear goggles, please. So thanks for watching.